What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video of FTT_football talk. And in today's video, we'll talk about what's on the news. What do we have here? Number one, Vinicius Jr. Of course, Vinicius Jr. is the topic of everything right now. Vinicius Jr. might leave Real Madrid at any time. Now, people are saying that Vinicius Jr. could leave Real Madrid, maybe even this year. Where will Vinicius Jr. go? The answer is obvious. The rumors are Saudi. Vinicius Jr. has been rumored to go to Saudi now for a few months, and this rumor started in January this year. No one expected Vinicius Jr. actually to not renew his Real Madrid contract. Real Madrid are still trying to renew Vinicius Jr.'s contract. They're trying to renew his contract until 2027 or 2029. They're putting him for a 2 to 4 year deal. However, will Vinicius Jr. actually renew his contract? Will he renew his contract? That's the question. And who will replace Vinicius Jr. if he leaves Real Madrid? That's the $1 million question. I'll get to that later, or very soon. But before I get there, let's talk about Vinicius Jr.'s form this season. Vinicius Jr. has been in a good form at the start of this season, maybe until like October or November of last year. We saw that masterclass performance against Borussia Dortmund last fall. The hat-trick, of course. He scored a few La Liga games, but maybe since December, somewhere around that, his form has been declining. He hasn't scored many goals in La Liga, and he went like for a few games in La Liga. What few games? Maybe even 2 months. He didn't score in 2 months in La Liga, and his form has been dropping. I don't know if his confidence has gotten lower. I don't know if he's stressed out. I don't know if it was from the aftermath of the red card against Valencia at the first game of 2025. I don't know. But this man doesn't seem happy in Real Madrid. He's making good money, don't get me wrong. But I don't think he's happy at Real Madrid right now. Because if he was happy, he would renew his contract. This man is a legend. This man should stay in Real Madrid. This man has been part of Real Madrid for at least 4, 5, 6 years. He made his debut in 2018. Vinicius Jr. is Real Madrid. Real Madrid is Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. is needed. So I don't understand why he's doing these things, And I don't know. To be honest, Vinicius Jr. he needs to stay, actually. He really needs to stay in Real Madrid. But let's see what happens with him. But the question is, who will replace Vinicius Jr.? And I've seen rumors now on the internet that have been saying 2 players that could replace Vinicius Jr. if he leaves. But one of them doesn't make sense because he's not even at the position he plays in. One is Florian Wirtz, and the other one is Nico Williams from Athletic Bilbao. Florian Wirtz, I can understand. Nico Williams, I didn't expect that. But if we look at the one who makes sense could be more Nico Williams. I don't know if it's even Nico Williams. I don't know if it's none of them. But those are the 2 replacements for Vinicius Jr. if he leaves. Let's start with Nico Williams. Nico Williams has been rumored to actually leave Athletic Bilbao last summer. And he was actually rumored to go to Barcelona last season. But the thing is, Athletic Bilbao didn't want to sell him, and he was happy at Athletic Bilbao. So he stayed at Athletic Bilbao for 1 season, and he didn't go to Barcelona. And right now, there are rumors that he's going to Real Madrid, and it could potentially be Vinicius Jr.'s replacement. I mean, how is that even logical? I don't know. But he wanted to go to Barcelona if he wanted to choose a club. And I don't know if it makes sense to go to the rivals But it's going to be really, really interesting if Nico Williams goes there. And Nico Williams, that guy, his performance at the World Cup was absolutely masterclass performance. I mean, the man put on bangers. He played with Dani Carvajal, Lamine Yamal. They won the Euros. He had an amazing performance, and I understand why many clubs are interested in signing this guy. This guy is a young player who's talented, who has a lot of potential, and him going to Real Madrid actually makes sense, but at the same time it doesn't. But according to me, it doesn't make sense, actually, if I'm going to be honest, because him going to Real Madrid and replacing Vinicius Jr., I mean, come on, man. I wouldn't let that happen. I want Vinicius Jr. to stay, and I definitely would not sign Nico Williams to Real Madrid. So, please, Nico Williams, go to Barcelona instead. And now let's talk about the other one here. The other one is Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz, one of Leverkusen's best players. I mean, Leverkusen, the best player in Leverkusen. This man has put on an amazing performance in Leverkusen for like 2-3 seasons straight now. And he is one of their best players. Sorry, the best player. And he was awesome in the Euros. This guy is a player who is perfect for Real Madrid. But why would he be Vinicius Jr.'s replacement? They're not even in the same position. That's what I don't get. Florian Wirtz could play in Real Madrid while Vinicius Jr. is playing at his exact same position. So please, I don't know who came up with that, but Vinicius Jr. doesn't need to leave if Florian Wirtz comes to Real Madrid. And this signing makes sense. This is a signing that is needed because we're getting players like Modric, who's getting older. We're getting players like, we have a lot of players who have injury problems. Valverde is good, he'll play. But can you imagine Florian Wirtz and Valverde at the exact same position as a center midfielder? I mean, that would be absolutely amazing to see those two at the same position. That is something that I actually want. That is actually something that I want to see. This is absolutely something that is needed. Can you believe it? Those two at the exact same position. Wow. 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 It would be absolutely amazing. I mean, seriously, I would love to have Florian Wirtz at Real Madrid, because if he comes to Real Madrid, things are going to get good. Real Madrid might even win a lot of trophies. They'll be a stronger team. But the problem is Real Madrid have a lot of signings. They have players they need to get rid of if they want to bring in this guy. We have Aurelien Tchouameni, we have Camavinga, we have Modric, and so on, Ceballos. So there are a lot of players who need to get sold. Arda Güler, Endrick. So these players, they need to get sold because there will be a lot of players who want to be getting playing time. And this is something that Real Madrid needs to do if they want to sign Florian Wirtz. That's what I think. But please let me know what you think. And last but not least, let's talk about Chelsea. Chelsea want to sign Rodrygo and Endrick. Yes, they want to sign Rodrygo and Endrick. One makes sense, the other doesn't. Let's start with Rodrygo. Rodrygo going to Chelsea, a club that hasn't been in UCL for a few years now? Are you kidding me? That is probably not gonna go to UCL next season? Nah, I don't think so. I absolutely don't think that Rodrygo is going anywhere. I don't think so. Rodrygo is not going anywhere. That's what I think, at least. Rodrygo is a good player. Rodrygo is a player who has a lot of things that he can work on. Rodrygo is an amazing player. Rodrygo is a Real Madrid's best player right now. Rodrygo scores every goal. Rodrygo gets playing time. Rodrygo is important at Real Madrid. Rodrygo is performing. Rodrygo is having a great chemistry with Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid. Why would Rodrygo leave? Rodrygo is even more happy at Real Madrid now than he has ever been. He has started every single game. It wasn't like before in the fall when he was benched. Rodrygo should actually get more playing time in Real Madrid. If it wasn't for Rodrygo, Real Madrid would not even be at the title contendership at La Liga, and we wouldn't even be qualified right now to the quarterfinals that face Arsenal if it wasn't for Rodrygo. Rodrygo is a key part of Real Madrid. Rodrygo is Real Madrid. Rodrygo is from Real Madrid's academy. Rodrygo should not leave Real Madrid. That's what I think. And now, let's talk about Endrick. Listen, guys, if Endrick goes to Chelsea, it's absolutely fine. Endrick doesn't get playing time. Endrick doesn't show how good he is. He's always sitting in the bench. He's barely playing. He's barely getting playing time. The only time I see Endrick play is maybe Copa del Rey games, or maybe he comes in like the last 10 minutes of a La Liga game that is not important, and I don't see him in the UCL. So Endrick is never seen. He has scored goals though many times this season, even with less playing time. And by that right there shows you that he's good, but he's young, and Carlo Ancelotti is not a fan of young players. So Endrick going to Chelsea, let it happen. He needs more playing time. I mean, the Premier League is more competitive right now. It's one of the best leagues in the world, maybe even the best league. So Endrick going to Chelsea, I'm not against it. I think it should happen. Any club that offers him a good money and playing time should take him. And Chelsea would absolutely start him. He would get more playing time, and he would be one of their best players, maybe even their best player. So I'm all for it that Endrick goes to Chelsea. And that's all I have to say in this video. If you like the content, make sure to like, make sure to notify, and make sure to subscribe to FTT_football talk. And I'll see you in my next video.